back to video number 2 in our new vocabulary series. This video is all about whole number operations. Okay, so again, this is all of the vocabulary you're going to be responsible for this year in 5th grade. And this video in particular is about whole number operations. So we're going to cover this second from the left column. So what is an operation? Okay, well, an operation, simply put, is a mathematical process. Okay, so think about addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. That is a process that you put onto numbers. Okay, so within an operation, there's different vocabulary. Equation. An equation says that two things are equal. Okay, so 5 times 2 equals 10. Okay, an equation is going to have an equals sign, all right? 5 times 2, well, that's 10, so equals 10. An equation always equates. There's equals on both sides of the equal sign, right? An expression. Numbers, symbols, and operators grouped together to show the value of something, okay? So this isn't an expression, okay? This is an expression. We have 5 times 2 equals 10, okay? Numbers, symbols, or operators grouped together, okay? So even if I don't have the equal sign, and that's why I have this box and then the greater box at large, 5 times 2 is an expression, okay? Now we can turn that expression into an equation, equals 10. So if an operation is a mathematical process, the operators, right, the operators, well, those are just the symbols: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, these are clutch. These are crucial in math. These tell you what you're doing. These tell you what you need to do to the number. 5 times 2, right, does not equal 5 plus 2. Right, that's 10. Does not equal 7. All right, so our operators tell us how to affect the numbers. And then a solution. Solution, that's the answer, okay? A variable to an equation that makes it true. 5 times 2 equals 10. So we cannot say, we don't want to say that 5 times 2 equals 8. That is not the solution. That is not the answer. Okay, or we could say 5 times blank equals 10. What is our solution? Well, our solution is 2. 5 times 2. Okay, so these are just your overall, if we're talking about operations, operators, the equation or expression, general terms. Now, specific to addition, okay? Specific, like these are the different operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Finding the total or sum by combining numbers. That's addition, right? The total or sum, and we're going to get into that vocabulary as well. Addition, you add, you combine together. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 5 plus 7 equals 12. That's addition. Now, subtraction, taking one number away from another. 5 minus 2 equals 3, right? 5 minus 3 equals 2. Simple. We have 5, and we're going to take 2 away from it. So we're taking one number away from another. Multiplication. This is an interesting definition. The idea or the concept of repeated addition. So what does that mean? If I have 5 times 5, that equals 25, okay? But if I expand 5 times 5, what I'm really saying is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 and I want to count it 5 times. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's repeated addition. And then split it into equal parts or groups. Okay? Division. Division is splitting into equal parts or groups. So we can look at 25 divided by 5. Well, that's 5. Okay? So if we have 25 and we split it equally, okay? And I want you to notice this. Multiplication and division are paired. These are paired. These are related processes. They're opposites. And then addition and subtraction, they're paired. They're related and opposite processes. They're operations. Okay. Addition vocabulary. So addition, we know, is combining numbers to find a total or a sum. Sum, that's the answer of an addition problem. The result or the answer of adding 2 or more numbers. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. That's the sum. The total, it's just another word for sum. Or sum is just another word for total. Doesn't matter. The result of adding, if you have the total, okay? What is the total if I have 5 apples and you have 6 and we add them together? Well, the total is 11 apples. 5 plus 6 is 11. Increase. This is a key vocabulary term, okay, with mathematics. If you're going to increase in a word problem, it's going to be an addition. And then more, okay, or more than. Jane has more than John, okay? So let's look at that in a problem. Jane has 7 more apples than John. Jane has 7 more apples, so Jane is John plus 7, okay? Well, John has 20 apples. So Jane has 7 more apples than John. John has 20 apples. How many does Jane have? Well, what's 20 plus 7? Jane has, J equals 27 apples. So if you see more, it's an addition problem in your tests, in your exams, in your lessons. Okay, so now we're looking at subtraction. What is subtraction? Again, we know, taking one number away from another. The difference is the result, is the answer to a subtraction problem. Okay, the difference, this is the answer. The answer to a subtraction problem. Okay, and also, if we're going to see the word decrease, it makes something smaller. Okay, so if you decrease a number, you're going to subtract from that number. All right, less than, just like earlier we had more, you know, Jane has more than John. Now Jane has 7 less apples than John. Remember, John has 20, so we have Jane equals 20 minus 7. Okay, so what is that? Jane has 7 less apples than John. How many apples does Jane have? Well, she has 13 apples. Jane equals 13 apples. Remaining or left. Also key vocabulary to have with subtraction problems. Remaining, left. John took 3 books from John, or Jane took 3 books from John. How many does John have left? How many books did John have remaining? Okay, well, let's again stick with our 20. John has 20 books. Jane took 3. Well, now John has 17 books left. 17 books left. Okay. Multiplication. Finish up with multiplication and division vocabulary. Multiplication, again, the idea of repeated addition. Okay, and within a multiplication, right, addition you have sum. Okay, the subtraction you have the difference. Well, multiplication you have the product, the answer or result of multiplying numbers. And then a factor are those things that you multiply together. So 3 times 7 equals 21. 21 is our product. Okay, let me change colors here. Product. And these are factors. Okay, 3 times 7, those are both factors. You multiply them together, you get a product of 21. Times. Anytime you see the word times in a multiplication problem, it means to multiply. 3 times 7. Okay? Multiply 3 by 7. Okay? So let's also add by. You know, by is another word. 3 by 7, a square 3 by 7 is going to have a surface area of, or an area of 21. Each, there are 3 people in each group. How many in all? Oh, okay. In each group, so let's say there's 7 groups. 7 groups. Okay? And 3 people each. So 7 times 3 equals 21. So anytime you see each, it's going to be multiplication, or, as you see on the next page, it could mean division. All right. Division, splitting into equal parts or groups. Quotient, dividend, divisor. These vocabulary terms will be tested, guaranteed. These will be tested throughout your lessons and throughout on the STAAR test. Okay. The answer or the result of a dividing number, that's the quotient. For multiplication, the product is the answer. For division, the quotient is the answer. Dividend and divisor, so the amount you want to divide, dividend. Okay, and then the divisor is going to be, we can look, the divisor is going to be the number you divide by. So let's say this, 25 divided by, so there's the dividend. Divided by the divisor, okay, 5, well that's the divisor, right here. And then our quotient, the answer, is going to be 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, watch this. What if we have the question, 25 divided by 6. Well, what do we get? We get 4, remainder what? 25 divided by 6 is 4, remainder 1. 4R1. Remainder is the amount left over after division. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 is 1 less than 25. So we have a remainder of 1. So, we know the dividend, divisor, and quotient. Okay? This is huge. Pause the screen, memorize this, study this. The remainder is whatever you have left over. So let's say 17 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, I'm going to lower this. 17 divided by 3 is 5, remainder 2. 3 times 5, 15. 15 is 2 less than 17, so the remainder is 2. Okay? And then each. How many are in each group? All right, just like our last example with multiplication. Okay, we have 7 groups, or 3 groups of 7. Oh, you have 21 people, and you want there to be, there's 3 groups, right? You have 21 people, you need 3 groups. How many people are going to be in each group? Oh, well, that's going to be 7 people. 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, lastly, a mixed number. What is a mixed number? If you're dealing with problems, you're dealing with expressions, operations. A mixed number is a whole number and a fraction together. Okay, so let's specifically, what's a whole number? A whole number is just any number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 29, 58, 9,380,074. It doesn't matter. A whole number is a whole number that does not have a decimal. Whole numbers do not have decimals, okay? Do not have partials, do not have fractions. And then a numerator and denominator, right? So let's say we have 2 and 3/8. So we have 2 and 3/8. Our whole number, right here, whole for W for whole, it does not have a decimal, right? 2, and then our numerator is the top number of a fraction, 3, and then denominator, the bottom part of a fraction, denominator. So a whole, or a mixed number, is going to have a whole number and a fraction, okay? Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what you need, and I'll be happy to help you. Thanks so much.